This is part 2 of my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. In this video, I'm going to be specifically talking about the games for the system. Now, if you would like to see part 1 where I talk about just the system itself, I will leave a link down in the description below. Or again, there will be an eye icon that comes up right now. Just go ahead and click on the top right hand corner of this video to bring up that video. Now, in terms of the launch lineup, for the system, we do have the launch lineup for the system, and it looks like we also do have the full almost year one, most of the games that are coming out in year one. These are probably not all the games that are coming out year one because, you know, with Nintendo Directs and E3 being a thing, there'll probably be some more announced throughout the year, but we do have a lot here to actually talk about. And again, I am looking on my computer monitor because I kind of forgot all the games because there is a lot to talk about. Now I'm going to start off with the launch of this system. Now in terms of the launch for the Switch, it's not really great at all, and I feel like most people will agree with me that the launch for the system is not great at all. For the most part, it's lacking in almost every single area. The only big title we have at launch is Zelda Breath of the Wild. And if you're not a Zelda fan, then pretty much you're out of luck when it comes to getting the system day one and being excited for the system. Because the rest of the games are pretty much third-party games, except for we do have another game, and the other game we do have is 1-2 Switch. And I wouldn't really get excited for 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch is pretty much kind of like what Wii Sports was to the Wii and Nintendo Land was to the Wii U. It's kind of like a showcase of what the Switch can do. You're just playing a bunch of mini games. And in 1-2 Switch, you're not even actually looking at the screen of the Switch. You're actually doing other things with the Joy-Cons, mostly like you'll put the Switch down like in the dock or on the table, and you'll do like little mini games. Like there's one mini game that has two players looking at each other to shoot a gun, and it'll tell you what time it is to shoot your gun. You'll press a button on your Joy-Con and you'll shoot the other person. They also have another game which is kind of weird where you're actually milking a cow, and then each person has to go as fast as they can to milk a cow. And all the games you don't use the like I said, all the games you don't actually use the screen on the actual Switch itself. So it's really nothing to get excited for. I think Nintendo has admitted that game is not going to be a full $60 at release. I think it's going to be $50 at most for that 1-2 Switch game. I don't think most people are really excited for that game. It's really a throwaway game. And then we have Super Bomberman R. And Super Bomberman R, I never really was a fan of the Super Bomberman games or Bomberman games. They're okay and they're fun for parties and whatnot. They're fun for multiplayer, but for the most part, Bomberman actually looks like an indie game and looks kind of like just like shovelware. It doesn't look all that great, but if you're a Bomberman fan, I guess you have something to look forward to, but Bomberman doesn't really excite me at all. And then we have Skylanders Imaginators, and Skylanders Imaginators has already been out on the market, and just like Just Dance 2017, Just Dance 2017 has also already came out or is coming out on the other system. So for the most part, yes, it's a very disappointing launch. But then for the most part, looking at all the games that come out year one, it looks like for the most part, year one for the Switch is going to be solid. In March, we do have other games coming out besides the games coming out on launch during March 3rd, the system release. During March, we also have a game called Snipper Clippers, and Snipper Clips, is a game that's going to be a puzzle game, some kind of puzzle game. And then we have an F-Zero type clone coming out in March as well. Can't really read the name of it, I don't know, but it's definitely a F-Zero type game. If you like futuristic racing games, fast-paced futuristic racing games, that one's there coming out in March too. And then we also have Hero, something Has-Ria Heroes. I think it's some kind of RPG game to look forward to. So it is an RPG game. If you like RPGs, you'll have something to look forward to as well. I think that's a rogue type RPG. I think the way Nintendo described it, if you like rogue type RPGs, where like when you die you have to start all over from scratch. So I think that's what rogue type means, and that's pretty much a rogue type game, if I do believe. And then the next month we only officially have one game coming out. We have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if you're not aware, or you probably already know, it's not a new game in the franchise. It's actually Mario Kart 8 with just more DLC, and they did fix the problem with the battle mode. The battle mode's fixed. No longer are you actually driving on actual racetracks in battle mode. You're actually driving on you're actually in arenas for the first time. They fixed it, so that's good news for Nintendo for actually fixing it. So far, we have not seen any footage of any new actual Grand Prix tracks or any racing tracks, which I hope there is new racing tracks, because right now, for previous owners of 8, there's not really a lot to go off of. It's not really worth a full $60. Maybe if they keep it like where they're going to just put battle tracks and new DLC in the game, like new carts and new characters the race has and whatnot. I think what Nintendo should do as of right now, they should give a discount to everyone who has Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, just so that they feel like they're not getting ripped off. Unless you really got to have Mario Kart on the go, there's pretty much no reason to buying it if you're a previous owner. Now, if you're never owned a Wii U and you're thinking about buying the Switch, then definitely Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be pretty much worth it, because Mario Kart 8 is one of the best looking Wii U games, and to have it on the go also is going to be very great. And overall, with the new improved battle mode, and also with the new DLC, the new characters, the new carts and whatnot, it's going to be very nice. They did show off that we are getting the 2 Splatoon characters, the Inkling Boy and the Inkling Girl. We also are getting an Inkling bike, a Splatoon bike, and then we're getting Boo and some other characters. So it is nice that we are getting DLC, but so far at that one, I'm not really too excited for, just because there's not really enough there to really warrant a new purchase, especially for people who are previous owners of the Wii U. And then coming out in spring, they have no release date, so those could come actually in April, May, June. We really don't know when they're coming, but for spring we do have ARMS coming out. And what ARMS is, it's a combination of Wii Sports Boxing and Punch Out. And honestly, right now, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I'm not quite sure how the game's going to work. It could get very tiring just flinging your hands around, and it could be actually an awesome experience. Until I've actually played the game ARMS, it looks like it actually could be good and it could be bad. I'm not 100% sure on the game ARMS. It is a game you should at least try before you actually buy. Hopefully, they'll have a way you can try that game, because that game actually kind of does look fun, but then again, it could get kind of repetitive over the span of things, and it does actually look like it is in the form of, like, it does fit Nintendo very well, the art style, and it also looks like it does actually remind me of Overwatch that came out last year. So yeah, it's very Overwatchy, Splatoon-y type. You can just tell the art style does fit Nintendo very well on the ARMS game. And then we have some Dragon Quest coming out. They have a couple of Dragon Quest coming out. If you like that series, most likely you'll pick them up here. I think one of them is already out on PS4, or is coming out on PS4. So the big deal here would be taking it on the go. And yeah, Dragon Quest. And then we have Puyo Puyo Tetris. If you like puzzle games, then you'll probably end up liking it. A lot of people actually do like Puyo Puyo, so it may actually be good to pick up Puyo Puyo Tetris. It's a combination of Puyo Puyo and Tetris. And then we have another game called Rhyme, and I know nothing about Rhyme, unfortunately. Unfortunately don't know anything about Rhyme. And then, of course, the big hitter coming out in the summertime for the Switch is going to be Splatoon 2. And safely you can say Splatoon 2 looks pretty fantastic. If you never bought Splatoon, this is a reason to buy Splatoon. Even if you own the original Splatoon and you really enjoy it, you should probably end up picking up Splatoon 2. From what we've seen, it's pretty much they're adding so much to the game that it's pretty much going to be worth a purchase, because it is the second one in the installment. The only thing that has me worried about Splatoon 2 is that Splatoon 2, they did confirm that they will be rolling out updates like they did with the original Splatoon. If you didn't know, the base game, they didn't have a lot coming out at launch when Splatoon came out, and then they rolled out updates every month or every couple weeks to make the game fresh. And that could be a problem again, because when the original Splatoon came out, it didn't have enough content at launch for you to buy it, and you had to wait months. I think when the first game came out in May 2015, the next big update didn't come out until August of 2015. So you can see you had to wait quite a long time before modes and stuff for the game came out, so that could be a problem. Hopefully what they'll do here is they'll keep the base Splatoon 1 game and Splatoon 2, and then a lot of the new features will roll out on Splatoon 2, just so we'll have something to play for if they are going to roll out updates. That's what I'm hoping right here. I'm hoping it's not bare bones when it releases, so hopefully we'll have a lot to play when Splatoon 2 comes out, and so it won't matter so much when the updates come out. We won't feel like we're waiting for content. We'll have content there, hopefully. One game that really did kind of, I was kind of questioning, I don't know why they did this, but for some odd reason, Skyrim is going to be a fall game. It's not going to be a launch game like everyone predicted. Honestly, I don't know why it's not a launch game, because Skyrim is an old game, and they could have easily had it available at launch, which is kind of disappointing. And also, people are talking about how it's not going to be the HD remake that came out last year for PS4 and Xbox One. And honestly, people are saying it's going to be the original Skyrim, just moved over to the Switch, and that's not good at all. Unless you gotta have Skyrim on the go, there's really no point in picking it up, especially if it's not the Skyrim HD remake. It's really nothing to get excited about. And then the holiday season, we do have one game confirmed at this time. It is Super Mario Odyssey, and for most people, we can actually flat out admit Super Mario Odyssey looks flat out fantastic. No one's saying that game's bad. It does look amazing. One thing that is kind of puzzling to me is how Super Mario Odyssey, how Mario is actually in the real, he's playing with real NPCs, so he's in a real city, and it's kind of weird to see for the first time that Mario is in a city. Now this is good though. They're not taking cues from 3D Land and 3D World. It's kind of more of an open game, just like the two Galaxies, just like Super Mario 64 and Sunshine. It looks like they're going off of their past ones, not the 3D Land and 3D World, where those are more based off of the 2D infrastructure. They're really going with full kind of open worldiness, and it looks flat out fantastic. The thing I liked about the trailer in Super Mario Odyssey, I liked it when Mario used his hat as a boomerang and you can jump off it and you can hit enemies. Overall, this game just looks really good. Honestly, also, it does look like it does remind me of a lot of old Sonic games, especially Sonic 06. It really does remind me of those games. So, overall, it is going to be very exciting when the holiday comes around, because Super Mario Odyssey is going to be one of the best games out there. It just looks really, really nice. And then some other games they did talk about that are coming around 2017 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to be flat out fantastic. The original Xenoblade Chronicles, if you never played it, it has so much content in the game. Like, pretty much anything you can see in the world, you can go visit. It's just a really big RPG. So if you like RPGs, there's almost no reason not to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The Xenoblade Chronicles are just really big games, and no doubt this is going to be bigger than the original. It's going to be so much to do. And then we have also Ultra Street Fighter 2. I don't know how excited you can be for Ultra Street Fighter 2, but they do have Ultra Street Fighter 2. And then again, for the kids, they have Minecraft coming out. So if you're a big fan of Minecraft, now you'll be able to take a full-blown Minecraft on the go, which is going to be pretty nice to be able to play Minecraft on the go. It's going to be nice. Since the 3DS never had Minecraft, we'll be getting Minecraft in a portable version. And then we also have some sports games coming out, FIFA, NBA 2K, and then we have another game, Siberia 3. I don't really know anything about Siberia 3. I am Sitsona. I don't know anything about 2. I may actually be pronouncing that wrong. Steep. I don't know anything about 2. Anything about either. And then we also have Dragon Ball X Xenoverse 2 coming out, and that's already out on the current gen consoles. And so far, for the most part, besides launch, I feel like year one for the Switch is going to be flat out fantastic, especially when we get Mario Kart 8 rolling out, Splatoon 2 coming out. The ARMS game is questionable, but it does look fun. Then we have Super Mario Odyssey in the fall. So we have a lot of nice big hitters coming out. And especially if you're a Zelda fan, you must be excited. And they also did announce that Breath of the Wild is coming out for last gen console, the Wii U, the same day that the Wii U is going to be launching. So if you're still one of the owners of the Wii U and you bought one, then you will be able to get Breath of the Wild day one alongside the Switch that's coming out. So that's good news for previous owners who want to play Breath of the Wild but don't want to upgrade to the Switch just yet, just because the lackluster launch titles. Overall, there's not really much to get excited for at launch unless you're really a big Zelda fan. If you're not really a big Zelda fan, it's kind of really hard to get excited for the Switch until at least April, and then the summer, and then holidays. But Nintendo has promised there will be games coming out for the Switch, and right now, like I said, it looks like year one for the Switch is going to be a pretty nice thing. Just not launch day. Launch lineup is lackluster, except for if you're a Zelda fan, and that's pretty much all that they talked about in terms of the games. Also, one that's not on here, they did actually talk about there's going to be a Rayman Legends like enhanced version or like an ultimate version. So if you like Rayman Legends is coming as well, and that's pretty much all the games coming for the Switch as far as we know. Anyway, guys, peace out. See you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.